tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Yep, we're doing it.
We are doing it.
Wow, you got the hands?
I don't know the
have
moves,
hands.
but it felt right.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Modern Family After Show here at AfterBuzz TV. This is Season 7, Episode 17.
It sure is.
Thank you so much for joining us live on YouTube, if you're joining us live on YouTube. If not, thank you so much for joining us not live on YouTube. We still appreciate you.
We do.
Also, thank you so much for letting me invade your earballs. Earballs is a word I just coined right now. I'm kidding.
Spread.
Kidding, that's the internet. It's a long... Right. But if you're doing all those things, please like us, rate us, subscribe us, share us, talk to us. And to do that, you would need to know our Twitter handles. My Twitter handle is @SteveKauffman. That is KAUFMANN. But I'm not alone.
Never. I'm Adam Salandra @Adam Salandra. For your convenience.
Yes, and I'll do one of those. Someone will make a GIF. It'll be weird.
And it will be forever.
And for those of you, I did the Vogue thing where you make a box out of your face. I did that.
And he did it well.
And if nobody makes a GIF of it by Friday, I'll make a GIF of it myself.
Thank God.
And if you're listening to my voice and it's after Friday, please hold me to that, because I'll tweet it.
Please do it.
So this episode was a lot of fun.
It was, because it almost all took place overnight.
Yes.
And that's when the fun really happens in life.
That 2 to 5 a.m.
Yes.
world.
It's been a minute since I've seen it, but a lot of them haven't been really awake for that either.
I always wind up seeing that at least like once a week.
You do?
It wrecks me all the time, like, because sometimes life is about getting on a good sleep schedule.
Sometimes.
And then changing it up when you need to.
Yeah, so...
But I always find those situations where I need to. And I'm like, well, now I'm up till 7. Good for me. And I have to be somewhere at 9.
Oh, it makes me nervous just thinking about it.
I'll sleep the next night, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. No big deal.
So we start out with Team Handy.
As we love to do.
We love to do because it's kind of rare we get to see Haley and Andy together, because I think we all know
he's a busy man.
Adam Devine, who plays Andy, is a
busy man.
Pretty busy dude.
Yeah,
in a bunch of movies.
Yeah,
so
nice. It's
real cool that we get to see him at all.
Yeah,
he sticks with this show, gets to work on this show.
Totally.
They're out to some. I like this. This is a classic story of like they were attracted to each other for different reasons.
Right.
Well, they were attracted to each other for polar reasons.
Right, like, oh, I don't have this in me, I like that.
Yeah, and then, but ultimately they don't want to have that.
Right.
They don't want to be that party, like...
Classic.
Which must be nice to be, what is Haley, 22?
Yeah.
To be 22 and be like, I think I'm done,
I was thinking
partying.
that too. I was like, I know she did it, but mine lasted a little longer. I mean... I was never a huge partier, but it actually got worse into my 20s before it got better.
Yeah, I can relate to Haley though. I'm the youngest. I'm also the youngest of 3.
I was
like I was over a lot of stuff that some adults are still into by the time I was like 14.
Good for you.
Oh, because
of course.
I was just over
it.
This is I was 14.
You watched it happen.
I was 14, just trying to like live through it with my older siblings, and then I was just like, I'm over marijuana.
Wow, at 14.
15. Okay. I was over marijuana.
Okay, then it's fine.
I was over marijuana at 15.
I am loving that.
Yes.
Everything you're doing tonight, I'm loving. From voguing to these admissions.
All of these things.
Yeah. So they're trying to be cooler than they feel like being.
And also, like, those are clearly parts of them.
Right.
So they're just going to try to go along with it.
Right.
But they go along with Haley's thing, which is, like, party all the time. Let's go to this Western place where I know the bartender.
Yeah.
And we'll run into my friend who, we didn't catch his name, but I know the actor. His name's Michael Tauzin, Tauzin. So, really good improviser around LA.
Love that.
On a Harold team.
What was I going to say about it? Oh, Andy, I felt for him because I just wasn't much of a partier or a big drinker. But I wanted to be cool. I wanted to be hanging out. Like I remember what it felt like from once. You always think like, oh, the night's about to be over. Thank God. And then someone has some great idea to go to something else, and it's exhausting. But you rally, and Andy did.
And that's
to the
also
point they went to Vegas.
Yeah, well, that's the obvious
As you
choice.
do. Yeah, of course.
That you go to the Western place and then you
Saddle Ranch on Sunset.
pretty much.
Yeah.
That's what it. Pretty sure that's what they were going for.
I think it was that actually. And then to Vegas,
And
which I love a wild impromptu Vegas, but once it's already night, that's intense.
That's really intense. Like if it's after 9 o'clock,
Yeah.
like you're talking 4 hours, unless you guys are of means to hop on a plane.
Sure.
And even then, that's
But then you
3
security
hours.
and yeah, exactly.
And even then, that's at least 3 hours.
Too much. And then they obviously came back because they were at the restaurant.
Yeah, they're at that diner.
Yeah.
But it was morning.
Right, but she said she had a 12-hour shift, so she was just there the whole time.
Yeah, that lady, that waitress was awesome.
So they went to Vegas, partied, he won money, but then they came right back.
That is. I was actually
that?
having this discussion with someone last week that there are many Vegases, and as much as I proclaim to be a fan of more than one of them,
Yeah.
really I only understand the one.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
I understand the gambling Vegas.
Oh,
the
like
Vegas that
different
looks
types of ways to go. Gotta go.
yeah, like different types of ways to go. Like I'm a poker player, so like you got to catch this tournament.
Yeah.
And then if you go to the distance in this tournament, you have enough money to go to this tournament.
Yeah.
Then if you have enough money, you can play like a 1-2 no limit.
Yeah,
Like
that's your style.
You'll have a couple $100 to sit at a 1-2 no limit. Try to grind out some fish. It's kind of working,
I have
really.
literally no idea what you're saying right now.
Fair enough.
Unfortunately,
You-
I'm not a good
can-
gambler. Well, maybe it's good for me.
Most good gamblers are the ones who don't gamble.
Yeah, I guess that
Because if you
helps
don't know what
keep
you're
your
doing,
money.
yeah, you keep your money.
Yeah.
Most people are actually that smart.
Well, what are the other Vegases? Just party Vegas.
Well, there's the obviously like debaucherous party drugs Vegas,
yeah.
which I don't know very many people who are into that.
Yeah.
And then there's like the foodie Vegas.
I forgot.
There's
that
so
is
many
one.
good restaurants in Vegas that I was talking
Yeah.
to someone last week who was just like, and then there's this place and that place and this place, and then you can hike, and I'm like, wait, hold up.
You hike.
There's a place to hike?
Too hot for that.
Where is that?
shenanigans.
Do they valet?
And he was like, "When you just walk up the stairs
Do
of
they
like,
comp
the
me?
MGM."
Is there
Yeah, free drinks.
is there like a 2-4 no vig up at the top of the?
Oh, you lost me.
I made that intentionally complicated. But they clearly went to the gambling one, which,
Yeah.
tiny note, Modern Family,
From the master.
as a roulette dealer, because I'm a roulette dealer out here in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
When the ball is out, they have easily another 20 to 30 seconds to do anything they want with their bet until the dealer waves you off.
Whoa.
So
So Andy could have got that money back.
and he could have absolutely grabbed that money. That said, the dealer told him he couldn't. So technically he couldn't because the dealer controls the table. But he had like a full 40 seconds after he was like, "Ball's out. You can't take your bet back."
That long.
Oh yeah, it's designed to spin that long.
The suspense.
Also, there were people who've taken down roulette wheels before. That they had like a computer in their shoe. We're a little off topic, but they had a computer in their shoe that they could essentially clock the ball. That if you tapped the computer with your foot, when the ball hit one way and then again, you would be able to clock it within like 5 numbers. And those people would just stand there and then bet all the money on the 5 numbers and win, and then eventually get caught, which is how we know about it.
Oh, we'll see. Yeah.
And
My mind was blown before, and now we're on a whole other level.
Yeah. Speaking of minds blown,
Yeah.
Andy won all the money.
Crazy, but good for him.
Good, yeah. Good for him. And how do you not know black chips are 100? Andy, get it together.
First of all, I already admit I know nothing, but very clearly they're different numbers, so it can't just be they're all ones but different cute colors.
Yeah. Well, most of them have very clear signage on them, but we'll move on.
Enough about your mistakes, Modern Family.
That was the one thing. Also, I am available as a consultant. But we'll move on. Let's move on to Cam, Pam, and Lily.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, this whole thing was so much fun.
So fun.
They both have sleep apnea brought on by seasonal
allergies.
Seasonal allergies.
That hit close to home for me because I don't have that, but I always have allergy problems. So I just imagine coming home one day and my boyfriend's like, "So this is the level that it's at now. You're wearing that monstrous machine on your head," and maybe it will. Only time will tell.
Although apparently we all should be wearing those machines. But
Well, we should be doing a lot of things.
the cold open was all about Pam, like pretty much pining over a man that left her.
Yeah.
And just constantly making it, "Why did he leave me?" What? He should have never left me.
Was Pam on this show before, or was it Cam's mother?
Cam's mother's been on the show before.
Those two are similar. Like they did
Yes,
the casting.
yeah.
There. Way to go,
Definitely.
guys. Anyway, casting.
Cam,
thumbs
Pam,
up.
and Cam has a little known brother named Jam. I'm kidding.
I kid.
I
believe it.
I kid.
I did believe it. But this was amazing. I loved that the way that they made it. The story was that to protect Lily from thinking. This is
to think like the very old school, the very old thought debutante idea that a woman is incomplete without a man.
Right.
Which is not a good way to raise a woman today.
Not so much.
Because men aren't looking for those women anymore either.
Right.
Because they're so rare. Like, I could have met one in my life and I'd be like, what? Wait, I'm confused. Why?
Right.
But, like, you have an opinion. Your opinion's valid, right?
Yeah.
It's not? I don't know what to do now.
This is so many feelings.
Or so many lack of feelings or repressed feelings.
Exactly.
I don't have time, but the Cam and Pam fight was perfect.
Amazing.
Throwing couches, Lily getting on top of Pam.
It was very well done. I have to say, loved it, and I love that Mitch walked in on it as he should have.
Mitch has to walk in on it at that exact moment.
Yeah.
He's like, as much as I would love to avoid all of this,
he's like, "Oh, we moved the couch."
it's just perfect. And then, but we find out that Lily has such good parents.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That she
already knew
that she saw that as an example of how to not live your life.
That's wonderful.
So you should keep Pam around.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
saying. Because if you keep Pam around, then you'll...
She'll have a good model of what never to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you gave her a good moral compass, she'll just see that as like, oh, that's silly.
Yeah.
It's a good influence. But speaking of Mitch...
It's beautiful.
Mitch, aside from Pam being there, they're both on sleep apnea machines.
Yeah.
So Mitch gets a call from Jay, and then they wind up at the same diner.
Yeah.
The same exact diner with the same exact waitress.
But 12 hours earlier, or some
hours
earlier.
many hours earlier.
Yeah.
And Jay, in typical old man fashion, because I've seen people do.
I was gonna say I've
seen old men do this. Like, do you know how to make a thing?
No, you don't. I've seen it actually. I've waited on those people so many times in my waitering career, and it's just like, by all means, stay home and make it yourself the way you like it.
Or the honest answer to that is like, do you know how to make a Reuben? No, I'm the waiter. I know how to bring you a Reuben.
But
do you need to speak to the person who prepares your Reuben?
Yeah,
because it's not
gonna happen.
That is not me.
That I'm having like PTSD.
Do you know how to make a Manhattan? No, you don't.
Yeah, but that's what they'll be like. No, you don't.
Although I'm that guy with drinks though.
And drinks,
I can't tell you how many times people will mess up an old fashioned. Like
I'll take one sip many times, and I do believe it.
I'll take one sip and it's soda water, or there's like just a full orange slice, and I'm like, what concoction? What strange concoction have you made?
How dare?
This is a whiskey.
Take this away.
No, I'll drink it because it's still.
Yeah, I know. But the next one better be better.
It's still whiskey.
Yeah.
Like I'm starving. There are sober kids in India.
That's
but
true.
Jay, that is also a very old man thing to say.
But you're really killing me tonight.
I do what I can.
But Jay is that man.
Jay is absolutely that man, and they've treaded on this water quite a bit on this show, but this was a fairly original take on just a retired person needs to feel needed.
Yeah, and they really have gotten so much life and new storylines out of Jay retiring, because it's just a whole new phase of life for him, so new experiences. He's having trouble, but he helps Mitch, and that makes him feel better.
Yeah. Even if Mitch played along a little, this still making Jay feel like he helped.
Yeah, but Mitch was not playing on by the end. He was.
I know. Well, Mitch.
It.
I mean, how do you not?
Yeah.
Once the music hits and you're holding the microphone,
We've already felt it earlier.
It's all there.
But it made me think about something that made me. I was like, wow, we've come a long way on the show. But in the first season, and who knows how long it lasted, Jay was not homophobic, but he had a much harder time.
He's like a more modern Archie Bunker,
which I loved. I was like, that's good, that's realistic, and he grew and changed, which is great. But it also, tonight, seeing him be like, no, sing Madonna, I was like, wow, he's come a long way, baby.
That's a really long way to go.
Yeah.
But Jay feeling needed. Jay, who's on YouTube, I think he's embracing the YouTube community.
Love that.
So much so that he watched other people do a remodel on YouTube, and that helped him learn how to do the
his master bathroom.
Learn how to do his master bathroom, which back I guess before YouTube, you would take a class at Home Depot.
Wow, 2 things I would never do because I would just
those.
never.
I'm pretty sure those classes are still there, and they're still very helpful.
I'm sure.
But now I guess more people just watch it on YouTube. Hopefully, Home Depot has those classes on their YouTube.
Yeah, otherwise dying art.
Branding,
Keeping it on
seriously,
brand, baby.
But Gloria does not like losing a master bathroom, as anyone would not like.
No. Especially when you're used to, and that's a master bathroom.
And I sympathized with Manny here, because at one point while I was living with my parents, they were redoing the master bathroom.
So they used yours.
Everybody had to use the guest bathroom.
Yeah.
And it was, or the secondary bathroom, or whatever you want to call it, and it was just painful.
Yeah.
And that's such a first world problem the whole time. I was like, I have to literally share a bathroom with them.
Totally, but once you're used to that, there's no going back.
Yeah, once you're
terms
used
of,
to your
being
own.
okay with it.
Oh, really?
I'm saying if you're used to your own.
Oh, and that's
Yeah.
Once you're used to having like your own bathroom, sharing your bathroom is like what?
With the whole family and their
With more than
theirs.
Yeah, with more than one person, like you have to make a Google Doc. You have to make a Google Doc with a schedule. It's
now that I could get into.
It is insanity.
Yeah.
Speaking of insanity, Joe wound up in the tar, which is incredibly unsafe for like various reasons.
Which is, you pointed out, but you said like not the first time on the show, but not the first time in 2016, maybe even March, that Gloria put Joe
You're right,
in harm's way.
That was 2 weeks ago where she just left him in the car.
Yeah. So all right, getting bold with those choices with Joe.
Yeah, getting bold with those choices. I love Manny's shoes are. Manny's shoes aren't patent leather. And then he's like, oh, my birthday Rolex. She's like, oh, Manny.
I know, that was amazing. Like, all these things he thought he had. Oh, Manny. Now he's a character that has stayed true to himself for 8 years.
Oh, Manny. Now,
I love it.
The one that's not as directly connected to the rest of these stories are Claire and Phil.
Yeah.
Claire and Phil, who they're staying up to go to Paris, which I've done similar things, either both to travel to France or just because.
Yeah.
Staying up late, I guess.
I've done it. There's times where I've done it as well. And it's sometimes a struggle.
The key is to do something.
Right. And they try their best.
Yeah, they got up and left the house. Like, that's the big key.
Yeah, but they were already so tired, I think that was the problem.
Yeah.
Claire especially. Is that a real thing, by the way, the app that would give you a last-minute deal to Paris that was that good that you couldn't refuse? Because I'm into it, but I don't need constant emails.
There's not an app, but there are many websites that troll these things regularly that you could. There may be an app that searches particulars and then triggers you.
Triggers
you when those things happen.
Yeah.
And I guess there would be an app or some type of web monitor that would send you all the good deals.
Yeah.
But that would get really ridiculous, and you wouldn't even get 5 minutes. You'd get 2 minutes.
Right. I'd be like, it's too much, and I'm too neurotic for those kinds of decisions.
Well, that's a bigger decision than That's
the Vegas trip.
Yeah, that's a bigger. You and I could go to Vegas right now.
We can go to Paris Hotel in Vegas.
Yeah, we can make it to work by 9.
Yes.
We would have to fly back, but still,
it's fine.
We'd figure it out.
Yeah.
Going to Paris for the weekend, that's a big deal. But
first of all, who even does that?
But Claire and Phil did that because they needed.
Yeah, which was sweet.
Because they needed that feeling with each other. Because Phil feels like he's losing Claire, and he needs. And this is the past 2 or 3 weeks. He's needed to know that he's not losing Claire.
Yeah, but he's also losing her the same time that he's really losing Luke. I just realized how devastating for him.
And then he already pretty much lost Haley and Alex. He's losing everyone. These characters actually have very consistent arcs this season, and I love it.
Oh, it's getting emotional for
everybody's...
me. Yeah, that's actually...
Everybody's has a pretty big growing pain that keeps...
Yeah, which after 7 seasons, it's just impressive to me. I love it.
I think that's where we should leave it.
I think that's beautiful.
So beautiful. We are off next week. Well, Modern Family's off next week.
Yes, we would have come.
Yeah, it's not anything weird like that.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, Adam, where can the people talk to you?
Please talk to me at Adam Salandra on all your fave social medias.
And you guys can reach me on Twitter at Steve Kauffman. That is Kaufmann. I'm also on Instagram, but I only Instagram on Thursdays, which I kind of do a big dump on Thursdays. Also, this weekend I will be at WonderCon for AfterBuzz TV, so I'll be tweeting about that all the time. And then next weekend I will be in Dallas, Texas for WrestleMania, for those of you that are into that stuff.
So join him, kids.
So, see you next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.